quick Coverkillernation reacts. I can't even do this intro correct because, well, this is a situation that's come to light over the course of the past couple of hours, and it's actually kind of been rectified, supposedly. There's a lot of speculation here. So it was reported earlier that a certain grave, very important grave in heavy metal history, the grave of Dimebag Darrell Abbott of Pantera, was desecrated by a member of a band, and claiming that he and his band members always hated Pantera and had some pretty unsavory things to say about Dimebag Darrell and the band in general. So, of course, obviously, the entirety of the internet has been in an uproar, and Pantera fans have, of course, kind of taken up the arms, whereas the Pantera haters have come out. This has actually been a day where the name Pantera has certainly circulated and been kind of buzzworthy based around these events. Now, what has happened ever since then is that the band that this gentleman, that this individual has been citing that he's either a member of or whatever that he's talking about, has come out and said that this is exceptionally surprising that all of these posts have come their way, that they have come, that this has all come to light to their attention, that they had nothing to do with it, and that this individual that posted all of these supposed photographs and everything like that was no longer a member of the band, and was being kind of a child about things, that he was being an asshole about things, and that he was no longer a member of the band for very good reasons. So I'm just going to react right now by saying I don't know what the facts are. This is something where you have to take a look at things from face value. You have to choose who you wish to believe. Do you want to believe the band that says that they were surprised by this and that nothing actually really happened, that someone's just being childish and using, pieces of paper and pranks to try to look, like a heavy metal badass? Or are you going to believe the man who posted this and essentially believe him to be an enemy? Well, I'm going to just throw this out here very simply. For posting something like that, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, you're an idiot. You're a moron. Whether or not you're a member of this band or not, whether or not you're a member of the supposed heavy metal universe, hate Pantera, love Pantera, or neutral to Pantera, this is disrespectful. Even just a joke about this is moronic. And of course, if you happen to watch this and you hear these words, you're going to say, no, you're just an idiot who fell for it, blah, blah, blah. No. I don't give a shit about falling for things. I don't give a shit about being the butt, the ass, or the keister, the donkey of a joke, or whether or not you really feel this way. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't mean shit. You're obviously just an arrogant little prick who has no respect. And that kind of self-respect, or lack thereof, and respect for other people is really not what metal's all about. I'm harsh on bands. I'm harsh on particular individuals. I'm harsh on people within the industry. I've said some pretty terrible things in my day. But would I actually go out and desecrate someone's grave? If Katy Perry or Taylor Swift died tomorrow, would I make a journey? Would I make a pilgrimage to their grave just to desecrate it? Absolutely not. Mainly because they're individuals that are still in this game. They're individuals that still do put some effort and some work into some aspect of their career, whether it be supposed music or actually interacting with their fans and trying to maintain a fan base that spans millions of people. It's not easy to do. You should try it sometime, although you're probably never going to have the fucking opportunity. But no, I would never do anything like that. You can say anything that you want about the work. You can say anything about... You can have your opinion, is I guess the best way to put it, but whenever it comes to doing something despicable like this, that's absolutely asinine. That's absolutely childish. You're exposing yourself just to be an even bigger douchebag, and no one's going to want to work with you. And if anybody does end up working with you and this little stunt of yours happens to help launch a career for yourself, God help this world. Dime help this world. Fuck God. Dime help this fucking world. Because considering all of the events that swirled around Dime's death, and considering his place in metal history, which is more important than you obviously have respect for, yeah. This is just a terrible, terrible show of form. And you should really be ashamed of yourself for it. I really don't care if whoever watches this video loves Pantera to death or hates them with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns. This is disrespectful. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. And it doesn't matter about the words that were used. If you believe any of them, then you're just as big of a dick. Respect for somebody who's no longer with us is something that we should really have. Something that we should really possess. Regardless of the fact. That would be like saying that you hated Jimi Hendrix just because he was black. And that's fucked up. That's racist. That's absolutely rude. and you shouldn't do it. You should have respect for the man's work. You should have respect for the fact that he made people really happy. That his music is part of a legacy that is Pantera. Regardless of whose side of the coin that you're on in the Phil versus Dime debate or the Pantera great versus shit debate, the fact of the matter is that the man is part of a legacy. And he was a heavy metal brother. And if you're in a heavy metal band and claim to be in a heavy metal band, then he should be your brother as well, regardless. To the band, if you truthfully and honestly ended up as becoming the unfortunate partakers in this joke, or the unfortunate sacrificial lambs within this joke, based around what your supposed ex-member has done, I feel really bad for you. I really do. I'm very sorry that this happened to you. I feel even worse for the families and the friends and those people who were the closest to Dimebag Darrell, because this desecration and this news obviously came as a tremendous, tremendous slap in the face, and this is not the first time that somebody has desecrated this grave, which obviously showcases that there are a lot of childish people out there in the world, and I'm not even speaking about the Westboro Baptist Church, who have done nothing, which is honestly kind of surprising. All I can say is show the proper respect. This is not the grave of Gigi Allen, where it's encouraged to go and be a fucking moron. This is not the grave of somebody who is encouraging you to be an obstinate dick. This is a grave of somebody whose life was taken and whose talents were taken from this world far too soon. Regardless of what you think about that, it's just the truth. I'm sorry to the band if you were pawns in this game. I'm terribly sorry to the families, and I have nothing to do with this act. I just feel legitimately bad about this, that this is something that needed to kind of come to the fall. To the fans and everybody else, all I can say to you is, if you watch this video, you've probably already posted something about this. You've probably already talked about this with your friends, with other fans of the band, or with other people who dislike the band, whoever or whichever side of the coin you're on. This ends here. It really ends here. Don't feed this anymore. It's not worth it. I know it seems as though I'm feeding it, but in reality, what my attempt is to attempt to stop it, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, and it's definitely infuriating. I definitely agree with that. But if this is a hoax and this is all a matter of bullshit, then fuck it all. I didn't want to talk about this, but it needed to be said. Stop talking about it. Just move on. The end.